Hello, this is Tara. Today I am going to be working with a lovely group of creatives. We are doing Mix It Up Monday, where we take a sketch and we add ink, texture paste, distressing, whatever our little hearts desire to make this sketch our own. Here is a photo of my product, and then let's get started with the mixed media that I'm going to be doing. I will be using this Distress Stain ink, and I'm going to smush it around on some packaging. Distress stain inks are already watered down. You don't need to add a whole lot of water to them. I did, so just to give it a little bit more of a watercolor effect. And I'm just going to smush it around on my background page. Now I did discover that my Distress Stain inks smell weird, like really weird. I don't know what that's about, but they didn't smell after they dried. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a second color of Distress Stain ink. I'm gonna use the same piece of packaging and just a little bit of water, excuse me, as I hit the stand that my phone is on. Now I think with this color, because it is such a brighter color, I added an extra squirt of water to it. And my goal is to get some more ink around the edges of my background. I am using Vicki Boutin's foundation paper for this. So I know that it will withstand the amount of ink and water that I am putting on my page. I'm going to do some stenciling with some texture paste, and as I throw the texture paste jar across my space, excuse me, I am going to put this paste on my background while my background is still wet. And the reason that I'm doing this is not because I'm in a hurry, not because I don't know better, because somebody I watched recently on another video had done this, and she said that it brought up the colors from her background into the stenciling. And so I wanted to see how it worked with the product that I have. And when it dried, my hearts are lightly colored with the ink. So that was kind of a cool thing to figure out. It was intentional on my part. It worked great this time. Who knows if it will if I try it again, but it was kind of fun to play. I've allowed my background to dry overnight, and now I'm ready to begin building my layout. I decided to mat my mixed media background on another sheet of pattern paper because this sketch didn't really have a lot of places to put pattern paper. And yes, I absolutely could have layered pattern paper on my background, but then I would have covered it all up. So I just decided to put a little bit of a mat on the back here. Now this is a roll of washi tape, and I tend to put washi tape on white cardstock and cut it out and use it as a border. I'm also going to do some stitching on this border because I'm still playing that game over on Facebook where stitching is worth a point. And so because I like to hand stitch, I am going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to poke the holes right here on screen and just let you watch as I do it. You can see I'm not using a straight edge. I am kind of using the lines on that grid washi tape, but it's not perfect. I never really pay attention to the perfection of my stitching, and I do end up covering quite a bit, so if it was off kilter a little, it wouldn't matter that much, so it's okay. Here I'm going to start laying out my photo so I can get an idea of where things are going to land. I'm kind of trying to figure out what I want to put on the layout without adding too much. I had already hand typed and cut my journaling strips and put on foam adhesive, so those are ready to go, and I'm going to lay those out. on the original sketch, you saw that at the beginning of my video, the journaling was below the bottom left photo and between the two photos on the right. So I'm only going to put it right there on the left hand side. I don't have room for it in two spots. I ended up swapping out the color of the leaves that I originally picked. I keep a couple little baggies full of die cut leaves like this for layering purposes near my space, and I pulled some that I had already had cut, but they ended up being the wrong color of blue. And then I also decided that I was going to add these gears. I made these gears for another project early last winter, and these are the last ones I have from that set. I've actually begun the process of recreating them so that I can make some more, because I really loved having those on hand for some of my boy layouts, and I just wanted to add them to this page. I didn't want to put flowers. My cat's a boy. Gears work for boys, so I just went with that. I also want to use this lovely sequin mix that Anna put together and put in my Creative Ambassador kit from Peacecraft Love. It was also in one of my orders, so I ended up with two, and I'm trying to use it up. So I keep it in that little tray handy on my workspace, and I pull it in whenever I have something in that color scheme that I can use. So as I glue things down, I'm being really careful about where I place things and trying to get things on the page and actually glued down. And that gear on the left keeps moving on me because I didn't allow it time to dry before moving the page, but it's okay. By the end of the video, it's in the spot where it needs to go, and it ends up drying overnight, and it's fine. So I'm finishing up some gluing here. I don't know if everybody has this problem with puffy stickers or if it's just me, but I find I have to go back and put glue on them or they eventually fall off my page, especially if we're talking about a mixed media background like there is here. So I hope that you enjoyed my video. If you did, click like. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel. Also, make sure you check out the description below. There is a playlist for everybody who is participating in Mix It Up Monday. We love to have everybody play along with us, so if you want more information about joining the hop, you can message me and I'll get with you about it later. Here is a slowdown and some close-ups of my layout. You can see where my left gear moved a little bit on the photo. I did have to move it aside when I photographed it and re-glue it, but in the end it turned out really, really well. I'm very happy with my layout. Have a great Monday. Thank you for stopping by. Bye.